Welcome back to Raw Sports Talk. I'm Chris, your favorite stat reader, and we have the Pelicans hosting the T-Wolves, and the T-Wolves are 8.5-point road favorites. The over-unders at 231.5. The T-Wolves are minus 325 on the money line, and the Pelicans are plus 260. Now, these are the overnight odds. They're going to change the closer we get to tip-off tomorrow, and all things considered, for face value, that isn't all that bad, even though the T-Wolves are on the road. Now, head-to-head, the T-Wolves are 6-4 against the Pelicans in their last 10. The home team is 5-5. The favorite is 5-5 against the spread. The favorite is 7-3 on the money line. The over is hitting their last two games. The over is 7-3. However, at 231.5, the under is 7-3. Now, lineups for tomorrow's game, and please don't come for me if someone doesn't play, because as those of you who follow me on YouTube understand, I did the live for the NBA games today, and they confirmed the lineups 12 minutes before the game because I was doing the videos as some of the games were starting. Lineups tomorrow are supposed to be DiVincenzo, Edwards, McDaniels, Randall, and Gobert. And then for the Pelicans, Fears, Murphy, Bay, Zion, and Queen. Lineups have not been confirmed. That's just who's supposed to be there. And as I said, expect it to happen 12 minutes before the game. The NBA's rule, I swear, is like 10 minutes. That's when they have to tell you who will and who won't play. They have not played each other yet this year. The T-Wolves are 12-8 on the season, 8-12 against the spread. The over-under is 10-10, and they're 5-5 on the road. The Pelicans are 3-18 on the season, 10-9-2 against the spread. The over is 12-9, and they are 2-9 at home. And we're just going to double check and make sure that neither of these teams play today, which they don't. That's probably why the lines are actually here, because when these teams play back-to-backs in the NBA, they know how shitty it is to try to guess at who's going to play, so they hold off on telling you what the lines are for the games until the wee hours of the morning. The T-Wolves are 6-4 in their last 10. They're 4-6 against the spread. The under is 8-2. There was a total of 229, 218, 234, 237. 5-point loss to the Kings, didn't cover. 8-point loss to the Thunder, they did cover. Both of those games were on the road. 4-point win over the Celtics, they didn't cover. 13-point win over the Spurs, they covered. That game was at home. Those two games were at home. The Pelicans 1-9 in their last 10, 6-4 against the spread. The over is 6-4. They've lost their last three. However, they've covered three of their last four games. 273, 261, 200 points, and then 254. 13-point win over the Bulls, they covered. Then a 5-point loss to the Grizzlies. They did not cover. Then these next two games, they were on the road, but they did cover. An 8-point loss to the Warriors and a 12-point loss to the Lakers. And the Lakers weren't 15.5 points when they opened. They were much lower than that. I think they were like 11.5. So they closed at 15.5. They didn't open at that. I know that for sure. But this goes based off of what they closed at. I would take the T-Wolves on the money line. I would take the T-Wolves laying the points. And the over-under, when the T-Wolves play the Pelicans, they don't score a lot. But the T-Wolves have been putting up some points, so I'm going to lean over. These are just my picks. If you disagree, please go with your gut, and please bet responsibly.